All right, workbook lesson 7. Here we go. I see only the past. I see only the past. Coming on the heels of yesterday's lesson, which was I am upset because I see something that is not there. And now I see only the past. And here we go. Let's read this. This idea is particularly difficult to believe at first, yet it is the rationale for all of the preceding ones. It is the reason why nothing that you see means anything. It is the reason why you have given everything you see all the meaning that it has for you. It is the reason why you do not understand anything you see. It is the reason why your thoughts do not mean anything and why they are like the things you see. It is the reason why you are never upset for the reason you think. It is the reason why you are upset because you see something that is not there. Old ideas about time are very difficult to change because everything you believe is rooted in time and depends on your not learning these new ideas about it. Yet that is precisely why you need new ideas about time. The first time idea is not really so strange as it may sound at first. Look at a cup, for example. Do you see a cup, or are you merely reviewing your past experiences of picking up a cup, being thirsty, drinking from a cup, feeling the rim of a cup against your lips, having breakfast, and so on? Are not your aesthetic reactions to the cup too based on past experiences? How else would you know whether or not this kind of cup will break if you drop it? What do you know about this cup except what you learned in the past? You would have no idea what this cup is except for your past learning. Do you then really see it? Look about you. This is equally true of whatever you look at. Acknowledge this by applying the idea for today indiscriminately to whatever catches your eye. For example, I see only the past in this pencil. I see only the past in this shoe. I see only the past in this hand. I see only the past in that body. I see only the past in that face. Do not linger over any one thing in particular, but remember to omit nothing specifically. Glance briefly at each subject and then move on to the next. 3 or 4 practice periods, each to last a minute or so, will be enough. I see only the past. Okay, so what does this mean? First of all, Jesus says something interesting, which is, he says, this one lesson, lesson 7 today, explains all the previous lessons. Because we see only the past, nothing we see means anything, etc., etc. Old ideas about time are very difficult to change. Everything we believe is rooted in time. So now Jesus is bringing in something very important, which is a running theme throughout the whole course, which is the theme of time, which is the theme of why time, everything is bringing us, what Jesus is attempting to do is to bring us into a state of presence. Presence means no past, no future. But really no past. The future will just follow according to the past. But past and future, right? Bringing us into the present, more and more into the present, and eventually into the eternal present, the eternal now. If we look closely at what Jesus is trying to say here, we realize how stuck in the past we are. And let me just give one little example. It's not really little, but I think almost everyone, I'm sure everyone, has the experience of being with their family and noticing how when we're around our family, what happens is they tend to not see us as we are now, right? And that's true of everyone, but you could see it more clearly and starkly with your family, where your family you have a history with your family, right? And so they will tend to see you in light of the past. And nothing you are right now necessarily is going to change anything that has happened with him in the past. Now, this is clearly, I'm clearly extrapolating from what Jesus is saying here today, but this is where this is going. And especially, it particularly involves how we see each other. We generally hold each other to our past. That's how society works, and that's how we work. That's how our minds tend to work. Is, this person, if you look at like politics, for example, you may listen to someone speak and they sound great and they're just as good as any other politician, but then someone brings up their past and that taints or mars their whole political career because of the past, right? And it tends to be how we look at ourselves, not just with our family members, but we also see ourselves that way. We can't live down our past. We can't see ourselves without our past. We can't let ourselves be fully in the present where there's nothing wrong, there's no guilt, sin, or anything else like that. But because we see everything in terms of the past, we do see those things, and it's hard to let those things go. So I will leave it at that for today. But let's just say something positive, like a practical step, which is that we start to, Jesus will get into this in the later lessons, but we start to see everything and everyone in terms of what is right now, and not hold people and ourselves to the past. I think that's good for now, for today. So on to lesson 8 tomorrow, and we'll see you there. Okay. I'm going to do another video right now. I started to do this video on God is yesterday. I'm gonna try to get it done right now. Thanks for listening. See you soon. Bye-bye.